Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and about to dive into the pistol round between Team Liquid and Ninjas in Pajamas. Unfortunately, I was unable to catch the knife round, but we're going to be diving straight into this. So without further ado, I think I'll go ahead and read out the picks and bans after this. Kusta getting the opening frag. Oh my god, 3-1 topsies. Hiko, however, wants to get in on the action at A short. Last man standing on behalf of his team is going to be Exist, and that's going to be Hiko cleaning him up. So double kill for Hiko, triple for Kusta, and I guess now is the time to go ahead and read out the map picks and bans. So NiP versus Liquid. NiP chose to allow Liquid to start first with the picks and bans. Liquid banned Cash, NiP banned Mirage and Overpass. Liquid banned Train and Inferno. Then NiP banned Cobblestone. That left us with Dust 2, which you can see Team Liquid taking the pistol round on. And I imagine also the knife round? It's difficult to say. I do apologize as I didn't catch that. And I just missed that frag. I do apologize. Curses Windows 10. I liked Windows 7 so much better. Why did you force me to upgrade? I'm stubborn. I'm old. But anywho. NiP, one man down. Forced by. Tech 9's in hand. Gonna be seeing a little bit of bloodshed in lower tunnels right now. And Elige is on catwalk. But he's not looking to his right, and that's going to be Pith, firing 2 bullets, one of which was a headshot, and that leaves A short basically wide open. If in this situation, I would think that Kusta rotating towards A short would be probably a good idea, simply based on the fact that that path is a little bit open, and they have that information to work with the death cam and plenty of time to rotate. So, I mean, I don't think that Elige would have called that as, what's the word I'm looking for? A move to continue on A short, but it looks like this could be a mid play, but is there a smoke? There's not anymore, but that is the initiate, just as I mentioned it. They're going for the execute, and that's going to be Nitro getting 1, and that's Hiko getting another to his name. Hiko playing it out from tunnels. It's now just one man left against 2. M4 and FAMAS in the hands of Team Liquid. Firepower advantage is transparent, but the bomb has been planted, and that means Ninjas in Pajamas, even if they lose this round, they should be able to afford something of a buy, but that's going to be a Dren making, that's an expensive win coming in from Liquid. It really is. I mean, in some ways, you kind of look at the position of, I think that was Elige earlier, and you wonder to yourself, was it really necessary to overextend there and continue to push forward? It's little things like this, like little tiny overextensions like this that can cost you the game. But I mean, also, to be fair, going into window into bomb site B from mid to B can be a little bit difficult because you're talking about, I mean, there's a 180-degree field of vision that you have to check, and that's without, say, boxes and everything else in there. So it looks easy. It sounds easy on paper. Oh, well, why didn't you look right, you doofus? Simple things like this. But Elige looks like he's could potentially be going in for a flank because this is a rapid execute on the catwalk, and now the rest of the team is coming with him. But that's 4 Tech 9s. Still a dangerous fight to put themselves up against. Lots of M4s. They do get the 3 opening frags, but 4 opening frags. It's almost like they drop no one this round. In fact, that's exactly how it goes. As Kusta gets himself a triple, and we see Nitro with a double. Very nicely done by Team Liquid. So, this just in, we are on 0 delay right now with this, and that means I'm throwing up the VODs on YouTube as fast as I can, and unfortunately we sacrifice just a little bit in the way of quality as we don't have a dedicated observer in game. That means Rush and Sapphire, they're actually doing the observing for the ESL guys and their official stream. I'm streaming in English on Huomao.tv as my contract with Huomao.tv dictates, while simultaneously recording YouTube VODs. Elige looks like he's perched on, am I looking at this right? Is this catwalk? Is that? Yes, it's Ninja at catwalk, if I'm looking at that correctly. To the right of Kusta, for sure. 4 P250s and a scout on ninjas in pajamas right now. They're going to try and take this as bare bones as they can, because if they should happen to lose this one, they're going to get 2,900 if I'm not mistaken, and that will give them a full buy next round. Elige gets one, Kusta gets another. Might be a good time to rotate out now if you are either of those two players. NiP is actually, it's unbelievable in some ways to, you know, kind of find this start, but maybe once they get a rifle round under their belt, things will definitely turn in their favor. Should be, I imagine a 180, but there it is. Pith gets a nice response frag there, might even be able to salvage a weapon potentially, but he's a little bit hesitant to go into B right now, or rather, mid, excuse me. He does go through and he gets lit up, unfortunately, by Kusta. Now it's all on, oh, it was all on Exist, but finally the rifle buy round will come in for Ninjas in Pajamas. And it's worth noting that this team, of all teams, has had the best record in all of Pro League. You would think that, you know, teams like Fnatic or Envious would be at the top, or maybe Na'Vi, but instead it's actually Ninjas in Pajamas. And I think what the issue for Na'Vi, of course, would be Guardian's wrist injury or arm injury, and it's I guess you could say completely unpredictable state in some ways. Smoke for A-Long already, and looks like Team Liquid. I'm a little bit surprised that no one's pushed up A-Long at this peculiar point in time. And if I'm looking at this correctly, am I? There's 3 on... No, there's not 3 on Catwalk. What? I'm a little bit mesmerized as to what Liquid is doing right now. With 3 players in that position, 2 on Cat, and 1 at the end of CT spawn. Of course, I mean, now it seems a little bit sort of obvious now. I mean, they do make a nice anti-entry, and it looks like NiP are... It feels as though their tactics have been caught onto just a little bit. On the other side of smoke, it's going to be Nako there. I'm sorry, Forrest. Jeez Louise. With a sponsor's name at the end of his name. All caps names. You read them out first. You guys know you do. Freiburg manages to get 1, and that's going to be... Forrest coming back around A short, grabbing the bomb, heading back towards site. Should be a Dren there. Indeed, it will be him taking him down, and I think I'm going to try and commit a little bit of time and energy to, what's the word I'm looking for? To doing the observing myself, although you'll have to forgive me if I hit the console button by mistake. Very nice opening frag coming in from Kusta. Is he gonna get a second? Nearly. He actually, did he just hit Forrest in the leg? He did. He did actually just hit Forrest in the leg. Okay, so checking things out right now. This is definitely not a good way to start the round for Ninjas in Pajamas. Losing 1.5 of their players, essentially, is now putting them in a very difficult to work with position. They're gonna continue that. That A short push. Elige on Ninja. It's going to be Adren taking Kusta's position this time. Elige now pops out, gets 1, 2. Not able to get that third as we see Forrest come in and get the refrag, but he's going to continue that push. Misses the headshot onto Kusta, and Kusta takes him down with center mass. And a timeout called now by NiP. They're like, guys, ooze faba 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 faba. Ooze faba 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 faba. And in case you guys don't know what reference that comes from, or what movie that comes from, it's actually Anger Management, Adam Sandler, and I forget the guy's name. Tom Nichols? It's that guy. It's the same guy who plays the villain in Ghost Rider. But anywho, looks like this could also be a technical issue of sorts, as they are limited to about 23 more seconds worth of time. In the timeout, anyway. But I imagine it would probably be going to a technical timeout or something of that nature. But Exist is rebooting is the call right now. So stopping to look at the position that they're in right now. I mean, this is NiP. I mean, Liquid's got a big bank to work with. It's going to take more than one round in a row to shut this down. Everyone's calling pause. Everyone is. Everyone is. No one's moving. Well, this is a little bit strange. I guess they can probably recall the round or something like that. You are not the server owner. even the guy in charge of the console is a little bit confused here. Okay. Well, technically we should be paused. So no one's purchased anything from either side. Or rather, no one's purchased anything from NiP side. And we're basically waiting for Exist to reboot his computer and get back into the game. They are using a new system right now, so this is kind of, I guess you'd say, clogging in the way of time. But I'm going to go ahead and pause the VOD recording, and hopefully we can get this started in a very timely manner. Okay, guys, it looks like the issue at hand has been resolved. It took about the better half of 10 minutes. But I'm pretty sure you guys are glad I paused it. But basically what happened was Exist had to reboot his computer, and then something happened. But looks like there was a misbuy coming in. And Elige is asking for a reload. Well, okay, looks like, yeah, there we go. So Elige is going to go for an M4, and there we go. Alright, so back to the action at hand. Here we go. So 6 rounds in a row we see Team Liquid winning, and maybe this was the breather that Ninjas in Pajamas needed, the realization of the world that they have as well, or needed to have as well, to put themselves in a favorable position going at this round. I mean, they're on eco right now, but we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, not full eco, but quasi-buy. And they're going up catwalk right now. Almost no one's in position to that's what I'm looking for. Intercept this, but now it looks like we're going to be having a Liege just working around that corner. Kusta waiting on car for someone to pop out through smoke. You gotta make that move eventually. The terrorists do, that is to say. These guys are a little bit idle at bomb site B. I don't think they... I mean, with how silent it is, no entry utilities, anything like that, it must be, you know, painfully transparent what's happening now. They're like, hey guys, we got something today. That finally provokes a rotate coming in from Nitro. And that's the entry coming in. Already we see a dink onto someone, but whoa. Pith and Freiberg making the opening frags there. This is kind of the path that they've been looking for. Are they going to be able to salvage any weapons off the back of this? Well, it looks like they have been, but Nitro's shutting it down piece by piece. He's getting a triple kill. The bomb plant was thoroughly denied. Very nicely done by Team Liquid. I must admit, I'm not a Liquid fanboy. That was very nice, but I am a Simple fanboy. They are watching both angles of entry into bomb site A. Smoke goes down. Bomb plant will as well. M4 is in the hands of Forrest. He doesn't have any armor, however, so it's going to be difficult in the aim battles against these guys. Spotted, and that is going to be Nitro getting a 4K, finishing what he started. At one point, NiP actually had an AWP in their hands. They did get the bomb plant, so they are going to get some more money with that, and that means more than enough for a full buy on this round. Liquid have already reached the threshold for the number of rounds that they want to win on CT side. Any rounds that they get from here on out are bonus rounds. What I mean to say is there's a 51% win rate in terms of round score for terrorist side. So if NiP are able to bring this back 8-0 straight up, then that's perfectly normal for this map. I mean to say 8-7. I apologize. If they were to win 8 rounds in a row is what I mean to say. But it seems like, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of catwalk eccentric play here. And if I feel like every time they go on catwalk, they just kind of repeat history time and again. This time they do have superior firepower in their hands and full stacks of grenades as well. Some of them even have money left over. So if they lose this round, I think they've got enough for something of a full buy as well, especially if they can get the bomb planted. They only lose $500 to their team economy. There we go. Throwing in those entry utilities, it should be painfully obvious where they are stacked. Elige is in CT spawn. Going to be going through smoke now, and that's going to be greeted by Pith, who gets a second frag in a row. Dren coming in here, getting one to his name. Nitro brings it back to 3-3 as well. Adren playing it out from pit. Forrest, the AWP in hand. It's a 1-1 trade in the background as well. He will, however, take down Adren. Now it's Hiko, 2 versus 1. Can he do it? It's being spotted already, and well, this is pretty good for NiP. Not bad. A small morale booster, but can they do that again? Because that's what they need to do. If they want to shut down Team Liquid's massive economic lead, they have to do that 2 times in a row. 1 round is not enough. Freiburg, I don't think he's been spotted there, but I don't think he knew how close he was to spotting. I think that was Kusta there, or Elige, one of the two. Taking it back to these two now. Oh, Kusta, he flicks, he misses, and that is going to just donate a little bit more in the way of space that Ninjas in Pajamas have to close in order to get to bomb site A. Hiko and Nitro just stay put there on the bomb site B, not opting to move forward any further. It feels like every time they push catwalk, they seem to enter this this kind of stage, if you will. It's a smoke for pit, and it can block them off very well. It's going to be Kusta and Adren getting the 2 opening frags. Kusta getting yet another. Very nicely done at long A. You can see exactly what they did at catwalk. They tried to just smoke off the pit entrance, and that it didn't quite pan out, and Elige gets final 2 frags of the round. Eight rounds now for Liquid. This is, you know, I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay Ninjas in Pajamas by any means, but they can play on maps like Train on T side and go 8-10 rounds against other European teams, which are statistically speaking the strongest regions in the world, with how many majors have been won by them and such. But it's almost abysmal to me how in some ways they can't seem to close the gap here in terms of rounds and economy between themselves and a North American team. I don't mean to downplay them by any means, but it could just simply be that this is perhaps one of their least practiced maps. It would make sense. I mean, let me ask you a rhetorical question, my friends. Who would want to play Dust 2 against Fnatic? Thorin, if you guys listen to Thorin at all, and basically listen to his breakdown of LG versus Fnatic at IEM Katowice, he said that the first ban from Fnatic, or rather from LG versus Fnatic, should be Dust 2. But of course, Fnatic isn't here, and I mean, maybe it could be one of those things. They just don't want to play against play Dust 2 against other teams in ESL Pro League Europe. As it stands right now, this is a round that is essentially in the pockets of Team Liquid, but 20 seconds remain, and we do have a flank coming in. Exist tries to do it, but he can't make it happen, unfortunately. Money situation, I think I could see something of a buy happening here. Yeah, we see 2 Gallows, an AWP, and a Tech 9 full utility buy coming in from Crucial. Or, God, coming in from Freiburg. Well, look at it this way, it doesn't in all caps, if you will. Push coming into mid from Pith right now. Freiburg's got his back. He's watching left side, trying to set up a bit of a crossfire here. When you're taking an entry into mid, you want to be able to watch both sides. And it looks like someone's been spotted at CT. Freiburg actually doesn't move towards his teammate's position for 2 reasons. 1, could stack up, potentially cause some kind of friendly fire. 2, could potentially line up, cause some kind of collateral situation where we see 2 frags with 1 bullet or something close to it. But ironically enough, it looks like Liege was the first frag of the round. I do apologize as my microphone blocks the kill feed of the game. Stack is here. And there was also one more reason, and that is basically the crossfire there. We had to see the player on the right watch the left side of the entrance, make sure no one was collapsing in on that. But that is going to be a Dren taking down 1-2 at A-Long. Very seldom seen position that we see players taking, and they jump around the corner to throw off their enemy's aim. Pith on bomb site, along with Forest. Pith just drops down. He doesn't. I don't think he realized there were 2 targets in there, and now it's all on Forest. He's in smoke on catwalk. Bullets, 2 of them hit him in the head while a Molotov lands on his feet, and that is the defuse. Team Liquid goes to 10 rounds now. And it looks like this might be quasi-buy coming in from the terrorist side. We have to be real here. I mean, there's only 3 players that can afford AK-47s, and only one of them is going to have enough money for any utilities. So if it's a full buy, we're talking about one-trick play, essentially. Again, stacked a little bit from mid this time around, not so much catwalk. We do see that Forrest tries to make something happen there, but Kusta just shuts him down. He is taken down, however, refragged, and I do apologize as I lost my vision, but it just turns into a big dog pile that is not in favor of NiP. Trying to snipe against the Liege. The Liege is low HP, doesn't want to peek out. And that's going to be 3 targets lined up right in front of him, more or less. I mean, I don't want to say lined up. Forget right there. It's just, you know, when there's 3 different targets at you in one general direction, or 3 different targets aiming at you, you're generally speaking quite screwed. It would have been a big mistake there. Not so much Get Right being amazing if he were to actually get all 3 of those kills. I'm not meaning to shut down the Freiburg fans by any means. I'm a little bit appalled myself right now at the performance we have coming from NiP, but that being said, we do have a promising push coming in at mid now with Exist and Freiburg getting 2 frags for their time. Looks like double smoke by mistake. And that is, however, Elige coming in and making the plays happen. Gets 1.5 for his time. Last man standing for CT is Kusta. He's got an AWP and a CZ in hand. But behind him, and that's Get Right striking for the revenge. See, he did his job, and now it's 11-2 in favor of Team Liquid. So right now what's happening is if you're NiP, your Achilles heel has just been exposed. And that means every match that they play from here on out, should they happen to make it out of the group stages, I'm not going to count them out just yet. I mean, there's a will, there's a way, but the odds, let's see how things go when they get to CT side. Kusta making that opening frag yet again. Nitro, however, returning it, or rather bringing it to 5-3, and NiP is in a lot of trouble. I've seen 3-5 doable on Dust 2, but it's not going to be easy here. Exist waiting for his cue to move into bomb site B from tunnels. Uh-oh. Alish, he's actually waiting for someone to pop out there. Doesn't want to over peek there. He does see a smoke. He's like, guys, they're coming. And B slope, it's going to be Forest. He does throw in one flash, fails on another. And Hiko is on the other side of that box he's just happening to look at. There is entrance from tunnels now happening. And it's all now on Forest. He does manage to get one. He's got to hold down the fort, but a fragmentation grenade takes him out of the game. And Team Liquid climbs to 12 rounds as they enter the last round of the first half. NiP is not looking too good right now. Well, I mean, this last round could actually set the tone and the pace to the rest of the second half. Let's give NiP the benefit of the doubt. Bit of a heavy-ish stack here. I mean, they do have a force buy coming in, considering it's the last round. They do have a few smokes to work with, but they're a bit. I feel like it's a bit of hesitation that we see coming from them right now, as we finally have an Xbox smoke. They're now pushing onto catwalk. They're walking in, but I think they've been heard. Nitro, I think, heard at least 1 foot there. There it is. They're making a rapid entrance, however, and that was just the moment to go in, as no one was quite on site. Although we do have Elige watching from car. The rotate, it's there now. If they try and pursue a push for catwalk, they're in a lot of trouble. But it looks like now we're going to be having. What is this? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Stack right now. It looks like a boost. Running boost. Not bad. That actually spins the momentum. Bad time to weapon switch if you're Forest, but Kusta misses 2 shots in a row. And that is... He doesn't miss 3, however, and that's going to be a refrag coming in from Forest, but Elige takes him down in the background. And now last 2 players standing for their team. Elige silences 1, and Adren gets the other. Last round of the first half definitively goes to Team Liquid. And now NiP are in some hot water as they dive into the second half. This is going to be very difficult to say the very least, but we're going to have to wait for both sides to ready up. These guys are probably not that happy right now. So just going to... I guess you'd say pause things as we wait for both sides to ready up, and we will be back ASAP. By the way, guys, this is a very good time for you to run out to social media such as Facebook and Twitter and thank the sponsors of this tournament. That would be G2A, ESEA, NVIDIA, Logitech, the PaySafe card, and the Score Esports, guys. Make sure you thank these guys on Twitter and Facebook, all their social media. Follow them, like them, everything else in between, and thank them above all else for sponsoring ESL Pro League. We'll be back in a few short moments. All right, guys, we are back now, and Team Liquid, as you can see, is at 13 points, while Ninjas in Pajamas are at only 2 rounds. This is map 1 of 1, and this is actually round 1 of their group. So... essentially, the loser of this will not be eliminated from the tournament directly, but it's just it's gonna be more or less, I guess you could say, and argue, an uphill battle. But this is already a very uphill battle for NiP. Pistol round very important to them right now. Forrest getting the opening frag, and it looks like we are going to have some more coming in. Nice return by Hiko. Nitro as well. And it's 2 versus 1. Wait, 1 versus 1 now. Kusta with only 8 HP. He's going to have to land 2 headshots in a row. I think he's been spotted. Yes, he has been. Smoke on doors. You'd have to be a fool to go straight through it, but it looks like he's going to try that. Watching the window. He's through smoke. Spots his target. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Very low HP, both players. And now he's on the reload. Pith should try and catch him here. Ah! Oh my god! Pith, he couldn't land one single bullet there? That's, this is... He just needed to make one connect with center mass. I think he could have potentially been aiming for the head the entire time. Oh boy. Well, now Team Liquid go into this, and it may just be that these rounds, these last few rounds are sealed for them. But as I say that, Forrest gets one headshot. And of course, we do see Adren and Kusta now eliminated from this round. Looks as though only one weapon has actually been salvaged thus far. We're talking about Freiburg's MAC-10, taking it from the terrorist side. It was a forced buy, essentially, to avoid overtime, but make of it what you will. NiP is using it as best they can. Elige manages to get one before he's taken down. And now it's 2 versus 4. 2 AKs remain for Liquid. They do have a smoke to work with as well. And that's Forrest with the scout at bomb site B. Headshot. Boom, headshot is what we're talking about. He's been spotted. Rotate coming in quite timely, but Forrest didn't quite need it. As he does make himself a very nice triple kill. Not bad. Not bad at all. But Team Liquid, looks like if they want to win this, they're kind of on a I don't know how to put this. Like, I would imagine P250 purchases would be optimal in this case. Okay, well, I just learned a faster way to smoke Xbox. I do it too slowly, personally, but here we go. Very big catwalk stack coming in here from Team Liquid. Now, NiP, if they want to make it to overtime or just win it straight out, they're going to need to win 11 rounds in a row. Bomb plant, looks like it may just come down. And thus far, I mean, well, although they don't win the round, they do get away with the money. And that brings an additional 2,200 to their pockets. Oh, I'm sorry. 24, I think. No, 26. Or 27. At any rate, they've got enough for AK purchases this time. Here we are now. Team Liquid. Pushing in now at A long. And they make the opening frag there. Let's see how those guys are pouring in. Roll that beautiful bullet footage. Kusta pushing, and that's... What? Was that a collateral? No, I'm sorry. But Pith does make some nice, beautiful bullets land. It's going to be Forrest coming in for the cleanup onto Nitro, and it's 2 versus 3. Adren spots get right. Hiko's basically cornered in pit. You don't want to be there at any state in the game. But get right catches Adren there. been spotted. He could have taken advantage of this situation to actually just roll out. Throws the smoke. No, it's time for him to get out, but he's going to duel with the AWP player. Going to try and actually get away with the bomb, perhaps run towards bomb site B. And although they do know definitively where he is, Get Right is going to lurk in tunnels. Respectable choice, but see, Pith does seal this out with a triple kill to his name. Ninjas in Pajamas bringing it back quite a bit. But let's not forget that they are not allowed to lose 2 rounds. They can lose 1 and then go into overtime, but they cannot lose 2. In lower tunnels right now, most of Team Liquid is at the moment. Trying to catch whoever may be unsuspecting and overblowingly rolling their way. Forrest tosses an anti-entry flash. Doesn't know if he hit anything with that. Fragmentation grenade to prevent anti-entry. Smoke coming down now on to mid. And that's the entry coming in, but exist! And Get Right, they actually set up quite the crossfire there. Very nicely done. Oh, but Hiko... happened before I could get to it. Adren and Hiko get taken down at bomb site B. I don't think Ninjas in Pajamas dropped even a single player there. So, I mean, economy is out of the question right now. They are rolling in dough. Nitro makes a bit of a late buy there, but better late than never. Not sure what Kusta is doing here. He does drop into suicide. And it's called that because typically if there's a sniper waiting at mid, you are quite screwed, figuratively speaking. He's spotting right now. And that makes a somewhat viable push for mid. You're seeing Exist tossing a smoke into A long door. Still a few smokes and a Molotov to work with for Liquid, and they are making the entry happen now. Tossing in now their utilities, smoking the perfect positions now. That is very nicely done by Elige. And now that's bomb site A. Terrorist territory. The bomb is planted. What do NiP do here? They have to play for the retake. They don't have the high ground advantage either. Forrest is waiting for someone to overextend on that ledge, and it looks like he might find a head. Indeed he will. No, that's Kusta, but I'm sorry, Forrest actually finds one, but then he's immediately refragged. The trades are coming in favorably for Liquid, and that's going to be them putting the 15th round on the board for themselves. Bit of a stack here on Catwalk, but that's match point now here for Team Liquid. We do see Pith making them fight really hard for it, taking down Adren first. Down but not out. Team Liquid are now trying to figure out where they will go with what is in hand. It's going to be Forrest now with only 23 HP. And now there it is. They're making the entry happen. There it is. AK-47 versus AWP. AWP typically wins, and Pith is making the hold happen. He's making it real. Looking for that 4K, but Exist is going to deny that. Unable to make it a 4K. NiP takes this with just a clean sweep of Liquid's roster for the moment, but do they have 8 rounds in a row to win? There's no room for error here. They have to play every single round like they are on the verge of elimination, and that may just be what we see coming from them. Team Liquid now perhaps contemplating a quasi-buy at best. Yes, that's going to be the case. A couple of Kevlar Armored Tech 9 purchases, and if they're able to win, they're able to win. If they're not, well, suck it up and try again. But is this going to be a B rush? Get right on B doors. There's the entry. Nitro first man in. Bomb site B looks like it's been donated to them. He will nearly win the duel against Get Right. Forrest makes one for his own time, but that's going to be Vengeance coming in here. Spray down from Exist, and now it's Adren as the last man standing. Getting lit from 2 different angles, and that's 5 for 1. Ninjas and Pajamas very happy to make that exchange, but it looks like Team Liquid are now going to do what with their time? Another quasi-buy. Alright, this time with a few full-blown Tech 9s and armor. The big blunder of the last round is what's keeping them from making that full buy is the fact that they were unable to get the bomb plant down. NiP buying time here. Here we go. Entry utilities being tossed. There should be a big rotate now coming in from A-Long, but looks like it's being counterplayed by Kusta for the time being. Tossing out an entry smoke that should help him getting into long A. He's now just slipping out through door, but that is going to be Adren getting one first time. Bomb plant's going down, and even if they don't win, they stand to make quite the chunk of money. So, Forrest is going to have to approach this very carefully with his teammates. He's now being reinforced by Catwalk. He's going to be going, and it's 1 for 1 in the exchange. Finally, Get Right seals the deal on this round, and NiP stay in the game, contending for overtime. T-sided timeout called? I'm sorry, is that right? Yes. Timeout called by Elige. Not entirely sure what this is all about. But with that being said, looks like they are contemplating tactics, not just what to purchase. And make no mistake about it, the entire roster has enough money for full purchase. AWPs and everything else involved, I believe. Of course, whoever the team's opper is may just be a little bit confined to what they are able to purchase in the way of utilities. Here we go. Have fun from all sides. Adren, a little bit late to buy, but there we go. All right. Full purchase is coming out. It looks like we're going to be having Kusta continue to play picks. He's dropped down into suicide, and that's where the smoke comes into play for him. Bit of a mid play. Their focus seems to be removing Pith from the round. Or Forest. Double AWP setup can be quite bothersome at times. Being taken this far after we see Team Liquid take not one but 2 pistol rounds is definitely an amazing feat. I shudder to think for a minute, what would have happened if NiP had won both pistol rounds? I think they would definitely be on the winning side of this for sure, but let's not count them out just yet. They are working hard to put themselves into overtime. There goes the entry. Rotate from Pith as well as Exist. Exist catches 1 drop down. That's going to be Pith catching another. 37 seconds remain. They've got to make that plant happen. Looking for the flick, and it looks like it was a hit to the leg by Hiko while he was hit in the face. 2 versus 4. Oh no. Overpeak, overextension. No reason to look that far, but Exist punishes Hiko. Dren gets double-sided. I mean, unfortunate laws of Counter-Strike. If you're being shot at from 2 different directions at the same time, you're essentially boned. But with that being said, that's not max loss bonus. That's 3,400 if I'm not mistaken, by the terrorist side. So I mean, if we stop and look at this from, like, if you look at Kusta's money, if this was max loss bonus coming in from Team Liquid, they should have 4,200. He should have 4,200, not 38. But maybe he bought he just bought an AK and armor. Never mind. Made a mistake there. But whoa. Freiberg catching him quite early on. It looks like an A-long rush coming in, trying to catch the enemy by surprise. And this could actually work out in favor of Liquid. Let's see how this develops. They get 2, they immediately back out. In pit, it's going to be Nitro. He's keeping that AWP player in check, essentially. Pith is rotating now as well. And this is a long rotate coming in from the Terra side from Liquid. As you can see, they are fully focused on getting that bomb plant down. But who's that on bomb site B? It's going to be Get Right. Nitro takes down someone. Looks like it was not Pith. And Pith is forced to watch the rear in this position. Nitro will, of course, maybe try and poke through smoke. Indeed, he will try, but he's shut down. That means info. Deathcam should reveal the position of not only Pith, but Get Right in this position. 45 seconds to work with. They can actually rotate to bomb site A if they want to. They choose to go forward to B. And now it's 1 versus 2. Elige, last man standing. Does get 1. He's going to have to find Get Right now. 33 seconds to work with. A pop-up here. Checking door. Checking window. Unable to win the duel as we see Get Right with the clutch. Very nicely done. This is the NiP that we've all been paying attention to in ESL Pro League. They're fighting their way back, but can they? Can they take it to overtime? That is the question, isn't it? Well, that's going to be Elige finding the opening frag, and it looks like 2 actually for Elige, but immediately 2 frags come back in from Get Right. They made the entrance on bomb site B. It's 2 versus 2 in this peculiar location, but Forrest comes in and gets 2 to his name, but Pith, what on earth? This was a meat grinder play. 15 to 12. Well, Team Liquid might want to consider just rushing B now. It's difficult to say just where Ninjas in Pajamas are going with this. I feel like there were a few too many mistakes there. Just by the merit of opening fire, like, how do I say this? On round 26, I feel like they shouldn't have run into bomb site B, but they did nonetheless. It's going to be Exist now coming in. Taking down 1. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, man. Well, 5 to 2 now. I feel like maybe something in Team Liquid's nerves may be shaken just a little bit. But as I say that, we do see 3 very sick frags make their way into this map. 50 seconds remain. The bomb is dropped within CT vision. And Nitro, he's got to be very careful. He's at only 2 HP. Adren, on the other hand, he might be trying to catch Freiburg on the rotate. I'm pretty sure everyone on the ground is excited about this, but that's going to be Freiburg now. Like, only 2 HP, but Nitro's got the AWP in hand. What does he do? Oh no, he's blind. 26 seconds remain. And that frag is the one that shut him out of the game. I don't think he heard the toss. 1 to 2 rounds is how far away NiP is from overtime. Double AWP setup comes in here for Team Liquid. They're like, no more Mr. Nice Liquid. We tried being nice about this. Gonna be Hiko now coming in and just getting banged up a little bit, but very much so. I feel like, sorry about that. I realize like this music player seems to be having some kind of issues. Every now and then I hear these random noises, but that's Pith making the opening frag. We're gonna be seeing now Elige and company going in. Straight from 12? Straight from... I'm sorry, straight from 12 to 2 to what we have now. This is... oh boy, Adren just trying to jump down. The flank coming in. We now see Ninjas in Pajamas 1 round away from overtime. I may have spoken too soon when I said I think this is going to end a little bit early. Stretched to the 30th and final round at the very least. We're about to find out whether or not we go into overtime. Is it a straight up B rush? It's a straight up B rush. Going straight through the Molotov as well. They're grouped up right now. This is not a good position to be in if you're Liquid. But it's 1 for 1 in the exchange. Get Right brings it to 2 favored. Smoke on A door now. And it's 3 versus 4. They got to get the bomb plant down. And Adren, I don't think, realizes he has the bomb on his person. At window, we're going to be seeing Elige bringing it back to 3-3. They own bomb site B right now, and it looks like they're going for tunnels. I don't think this is a move that is realized just yet by Nitro. Is he checking the rear? He must know. He must know. Yes. Slide over peek. We'll get 1. Doesn't realize there's 2, however, and he's going to get flanked. Oh, boy. They are trapped. This is perhaps where the bomb gets planted. It must be planted. Everyone's holding their breath. They don't know where Pith is. But that should be revealed shortly enough. At least should be revealed at platform, and that's going to be it. I mean, we're going into overtime now. Ninjas in Pajamas. What on earth? They didn't show up initially, but of all the comebacks I've casted on my own, this has got to be one of the craziest. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a few short moments. Don't go away. We've got overtime on our hands, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back now. Thank you all for your patience, and we are diving into what is going to be very exciting overtime between Team Liquid and Ninjas in Pajamas. It's unbelievable. The comeback that Ninjas in Pajamas made. I think it was at 15-8 or 15-9, and they went straight to 15-15 on CT side. But they will be holding on to CT side. And the first 4 rounds of overtime will win overtime and dust the map. So, checking things out right now. Excuse me. Liquid split right now. Excuse me. Hiccups. Liquid split right now is looking like something that is going to get them the opening frag of the round. A bit of a stiff overextension there by Freiburg. Pith looks like he is going to be just waiting for that player in pit to come out, but Exist poking forward very carefully. He's going to do his best to make sure that it isn't bait, and that was kind of a needless poke forward coming in as Hiko punishes him. Nitro coming in from the flank as well. But at the same time, I guess it's a problem that had to be dealt with, if that makes sense. So now we do see that Team Liquid is going to be more or less taking this round. I mean, it's all on Forrest now, and he is in smoke, not moving. Not too far from CT. Well, unfortunately, he couldn't even cost. I mean, this is one of those losses when you're on Ninjas in Pajamas that just says that hurts really in more ways than just one. Because if you look at the team right now, you can see that they are lacking in the way of utilities. It's $10,000 start on overtime and first one to, what's the word I'm looking for? This is that amount of money. First one to 4 rounds wins, essentially. Nearly friendly fire there. And that's going to be Nitro just blind firing through smoke, getting his frag on. And that's going to be reinforcements now coming in here from 2 of the CTs. Pith and Forrest getting really, really over aggressive. Elige gets 1. And it's all over now. I mean, this is not looking good for NiP right now. I think they took that a little bit too quickly. Look at what they have to work with now. Just CZs, 5.7s, P250s, not a single deagle, nothing like that. It's all max buy, max utility, and they have to hope that they can hold on to this round. Carefully timing the shots through smoke. They're unable to connect anything. Adren or Kusta. Hiko will make the opening frag onto Pith. We do see a 5 versus 4 situation unfolding, and positioning wise, I mean, it's almost a 2-2 split, except the players are not on sites. They're at positions where their weapons would excel against, that's what I'm looking for, against rifles. P250s, one-shot kill range is typically about point blank, as close to point blank as possible. And it looks like Nitro is shutting down that prospect for anyone on NiP. But as I say that, Get Right makes a double frag with 1 clip. Unable to get away, however, as Hiko and Dren light up on him. It's going to be, looks like Exist looking for something. Unable to make any bullets connect, unfortunately. He will be reinforced by Freiburg, but he's now shut down himself. And that's Team Liquid not dropping a single round of T-sided overtime. Now we are waiting for the players to switch sides. All Liquid needs is to win 1 round out of the next 3, and they simply advance. Ninjas in Pajamas, however, they will have to win not 1, but essentially 2. Or not 1. They have to extend overtime into double overtime if they want to win. But we're still waiting for the switch, and it's not coming out for some strange reason. I just don't know why. Taking a little bit of time, and none of the players are saying anything at this moment. There we go. Okay, so let's take things into a short break while we wait for the teams to switch. Okay, and we are back. I'm not entirely sure of what the entire format is for double, triple overtime, whatever. But I do know that there are some tournaments that will use a knife round to settle who is the winner of the map, should it divulge into far too many overtime rounds. But Liquid is now on CT side, and they are definitely not looking to give up even a single round. But spread here, it feels like there's they're doing a strong catwalk push yet again, and it looks like maybe Kusta will catch Freiburg at a bad time with a nade out. I hate when that happens. I get so frustrated because in many ways you could argue that it's all about timing in that regards, and you just happen to just have some bad luck at that particular moment in time. But Liege is now just blind firing through metal, and it looks like he did hit get right for a little bit there, if I read that correctly. Yes, he did. Not enough to bring him down to one shot with an M4 bullet to the head, but every little bit counts. And that is a 4-man stack onto catwalk. Adren comes in, he says, "Hey guys, nothing at A long hut." But that is now the T's going in. They get on site, on position for the most part, near collateral here. Blind firing through smoke, and finally switching. That's going to be now Adren catching himself on reload while his opponent's switching bullets, or rather while his teammate is switching bullets in the M4, or AWP. Team Liquid does not want to lose their weapons. This is looking like a salvage round where they try to simply get some exit frags and drop weapons for their teammates at the beginning of the next round. So they're just regrouping, they're rethinking their strategy a little bit. They're like, okay, well, it's obvious to tell what happened. There was a pretty big execute onto a short. Felt like maybe they rotated off of a short just a little bit too rapidly, a little bit too quickly. AWP drop has been made. Kusta purchased Kevlar, but no helmet. And the same for Elige. Now it looks like we're going to be having Molotov going into A-long hut this time around, or rather just close to it. Kusta gets the opening frag of the round, looking for a second, but he's going to be joined by a big push from the terrorist side. He's going to be greeted by, rather. And flashbangs are going in. Both sides jumping to and fro. And that's going to be 3 versus 3 all over again. Adren gets one, and he trades himself out. HP advantage is there for Team Liquid right now, but it is still a firepower advantage for Ninjas in Pajamas. Freiburg, crucial, or rather... Crucial, God. Crucial Memory is the sponsor. What am I talking about? Freiburg is there. He must have heard Hiko firing. It's a long rotate to bomb site B, the safest route, since they know where both of the CTs are at present. Right now, there's got to be something going through the heads of Nitro and Hiko, just saying, okay, something is not right here. And Freiburg, he's in the perfect position to catch them on the rotate towards bomb site B. He really is. He's in lower tunnels right now. He might be trying to catch them, perhaps trying to do a 2-player split. Getting ready to do double flashes. Or rather, incendiary flash entry, and that is Freiburg shutting it down, Pith finishing it off. And this is looking like it's going to be the full buy. We either see Team Liquid win here, or Ninjas in Pajamas extend this into double overtime. Blind fire at A long. We do, however, see Freiburg opening things up quite nicely, getting a headshot onto a Dren from pit. Kusta still has the AWP on hand. He's poking up catwalk right now, but it feels as though they're a little bit sound asleep at the moment. Opening frag for his team is going to be done by Elish. Exist going to catch who coming in here, but Kusta. And wow, he gets himself a double kill there. So now it's 2 versus 4, and Team Liquid are not the 4. Still, they have nothing to lose at this moment. It's going to be Hiko getting one, Freiburg getting a refrag through smoke all over again. The bomb is going to be planted. It's 1 versus 3, all on Nitro. He's only got a smoke on hand and an M4. Could potentially be flanked here, maybe. I mean, that's a triangle of death, really, is what he is looking at. He's going into a shark trap, essentially. Oh, boy. Smoke is there, and that's going to be Forrest executing Nitro, and that is going to be double overtime. Good half called by both sides. Okay, so Team Liquid once again on CT. It's going to be NiP on T, and that's Freiburg playing crucially with the opening frag. The key is to see, of overtime rounds, who can win 4. But both sides are just playing this extremely carefully. Naturally, this is a T-sided map by, a small margin, about 51-49% win rate in favor of the terrorist side. And I think that's why we see the position that we're in for Team Liquid. There we go. Entry being made. Elise shuts it down just a little bit. Kusta brings it back to 3-3 as Pith does take down Elise. And that is... Does this execute from mid? It is. And that's going to be Hiko getting one, but he's immediately taken down by Exist. And that should be, all the signals in the world being sent to Team Liquid right now to rotate to bomb site B. But, Garrett shuts it down. His position's been revealed. He can win this. Yes, he will. Very nicely done as Ninjas in Pajamas take double overtime round number 1. Team Liquid kind of on their last leg here on the CT side of things. Of course, CT weapons naturally weaker and also have higher price tag to them, and that is very aggressive Elige getting in there, getting his trade. Now see Get Right being accompanied by Pith as well. But what is the decision here? Is there a status quo that we see NiP reaching right now? They're not going for bomb site B, of course. It's obviously more difficult to do that. They have to be executing from both mid and B, but it looks like they've got the man advantage now to work with. Kusta now backpedaling. There's no one at A long. No one. Well, there might be an execute for bomb site B. Or bomb site A, excuse me. But hard to tell. And the trade is still, once again, in favor of Terra side. Now even more so. But as I say that, Kusta brings it back to 1 versus 2. Still watching for A long. Ever wary of that flank. He says, hey guys, he's at mid. Just go to A. Go to A, plant. Now he realizes what is up, and he's going to A short himself. Doesn't want to give up this round. Or does he? No, boy. He's going A long. Looks like he's going to try and capitalize on some exit frags. Or if he's going to play it, he's going to play it from a distance. Oh boy, 1 versus 1. Get right. If he gets spotted, he's in a lot of trouble. Continuing to push forward. Get right is there. No scope coming in, and that is Ninjas in Pajamas taking T-sided round number 2 on overtime. Liquid looks like they could be on their last leg here. Hard to say, to be perfectly honest. Firing bullets through metal surfaces. We now got Elige pushing in through mid as he's covered by Adren. Will not get the opening frag. Instead, that goes to Get Right and Freiburg. Now, what happens is we're gonna be seeing Forrest coming in here. Nitro coming in, getting 1 refrag. They own bomb site A. Now with Forrest actually taking down penultimate player of Team Liquid. It's all on Hiko. He's got to... He essentially has to make this 1 versus 4 work, but he does have an AK now, so... Yes, Die Hard reference. You guys caught me. Alright. What about this? Hold on. He's going in. Trying to get through the smoke, but it's not enough. And we see Exist shut him down and out. All NiP needs now is to win 1 round on CT side, and they are good to go. If it's one thing that I've seen, like 9 rounds in a row, we've seen neither side lose their terrorist side. This is very, very, very important. I mean, to both sides. How do I say this? No one wants to give up this map, so it is what it is. Kusta getting the opening frag for Liquid. Nicely done. And that is Pith. Just, you know, I mean, I feel like Hiko, he shouldn't have had the knife out there. Get Right brings it to 4-3. This is getting closer and closer to what may be considered classically match point. Kusta now going into mid. And with the man advantage that they have, they're going to be pushing into bomb site B. Looks like Exist will get 1 before he's shut down, but it's 3 versus 2 now. 3 versus 1. And they have to play for that retake. Nitro in the back corner will be shut down, and that's this. I mean, GG is called. Ninjas in Pajamas take the map after what is 22 wins, 22 round wins, and we'd like to congratulate them for taking their first map after such a long fight. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Benjamin Breaker Novotny, and we'll be taking things into a short break before we come back with our next match. Don't you guys go away.